Well, good evening, and today's lesson is Course 2, Lesson 61. It's all about area and angles of parallelograms. Now, if you remember, and you should, remember to find the area of a rectangle or square, let's say, we know that we are going to multiply length times width, correct? Easy peasy. So a parallelogram, let me show you on this piece of paper. A parallelogram, because it has these slanty sides, we can't just do length times width. Instead, we're going to change it to base times height. So the area of a parallelogram equals base times height. And remember, when the two letters are right next to each other, it means you're going to multiply them. So let's say we have a 12-inch base and a height of 4. We simply take 12 times 4, we would get 48 inches what? Squared. Don't forget the squared part. All right? And in the book, they will always give you the height. You won't have to figure that out. So it's really quite easy. Now, angles are not any more difficult at all. Angles, let me tell you that all the angles in a quadrilateral have to equal 360 degrees. Well, why? How do I know that? Because if I were to take this little parallelogram and cut it in half diagonally, what do I have? I have a triangle here and I have a triangle here. What do the angles have to equal in a triangle? 180. So 180 plus 180, ding, 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 is 360. So the book is going to give you one measurement and ask you to figure everything else out. So here's the law. The law says that non-adjacent angles, angles across from each other in a parallelogram, are equal. All right, so this one is going to equal that one, and this one, we'll make a little circle, is going to equal this one. Now, how do I find this one? Well, I also know that adjacent angles, or angles that share a side, must equal 180, because that's the straight line, is 180. So the book is telling me, all right, well, this one is 125. This part of the angle is 125 degrees. So what do I need to do to find out what this angle is? Think about it. What do I got to do? I'm going to take 180 minus 125, and I'm going to end up with 55 degrees. So I know that this angle is 55 degrees, which automatically, magically means this is 55 degrees. Now, if I don't know this next trick, how would I find out those two measures? Well, I know that all of the angles have to equal 360, correct? So here's what I can do. I could make one long, beautiful math sentence. I would say, all right, well, 360 to find my answer minus 55 times 2, I'm going to put this in brackets, divided by 2, because I have two angles. All right, now, how do I always tell you to work these out? Every step has to be done separately, right? So I have 360 minus, do the parentheses first. What's 2 times 55? 110. Whoops, there we go. Put this in parentheses, divided by 2. Okay, so, well, what is 360 take away 110? That's 250. So 250 divided by 2. Oh, there's no way that's going to work, because that's an no, it will work. Watch. So we're going to do 2 goes into 250. Well, it goes once. I got a 2. I got a 0. I drop down my 5. Ooh, that can go in there twice. I got a 4. Subtract that. I got a 1. Drop down that 0. I got a 10. Ta-da! 125 degrees. What? Where have I seen that before? Oh, right here. Because if this were the same parallelogram, if we moved it over, this would be 125, and this is 125. Now, if I add all of these up, I will get 360 degrees. Ta-da! and that would be correct. So, once again, what did we learn? We learned area is simply base times height, right here. Base times height. Remember that. Base times height. Angles, if they are non-adjacent, they will be equal measures. If they are adjacent, then it has to equal, or it's called supplemental, right? Supplemental, hard to write with one hand here, supplemental, which means it has to equal 180 degrees. All right? Easy peasy. So far, so good. All right. I would like for you tonight, I know we're going to do most of our work here in the classroom, but for tonight, would you please practice by doing practice set B, C, and K. Oh, by the way, the secret word that tells me you've watched this little video is going to be Bailey. That's my dog's name, Bailey. So put Bailey on your paper so I know you've listened to this little YouTube. All right, and just look here. Here's the problems you're going to need to do. Circle them in your book. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 19, 20, 23, 24, 26, and 29. And I don't think there are any super duper tricky problems that you'll come up against if you continue with this homework. But just go as far as you can, and then we'll do the rest of it in class tomorrow. All right? I hope this is working out. I think it's a good idea. So let me know with thumbs up or, terrible thumbs down. And I will see you tomorrow. Good night.